video is the answers for the division study guide. If I divide a 3-digit number by 7, what's the largest remainder I could have? 6. It's always going to be one less than what I'm dividing by. How can I check Dave's work? I'm going to take the two numbers on the outside, multiply them together. So I'm taking 22 times 6. And then when I get the answer for that, 132, I'm going to add on the remainder, plus 2 equals 134, which is what we started with. 180 guests coming to the wedding. 6 people can sit at a table. How many tables will they need? Simple division. I could draw out a bunch of tables and put 6 people around each one. 6 is not going to go into 1, but it is going to go into 18 3 times. Nothing left, but I still have the 0 to come down because 3 tables is definitely got to be enough for 180 guests. 6 goes into 0 0 times, and so I would need 30 tables. The 5th grade class is splitting a big bag of 337 Tootsie Rolls, 24 kids in the class. What does 13R15 mean? The 13 is how many pieces each person gets. The 15 is pieces left over. Dave worked for 12 days walking his neighbor's dogs. He was paid $288 in all. How much did he get paid each day? Tells me it's a division. Each is one of those words that tells me almost all the time. So how many 12s and 2 is 0. 12s and 28, it goes 2 times, which is 24. When I subtract, there's 4, bring down my 8. 12s and 48 is 4. Nothing left, which is good. So he got paid 24 bucks a day. 12 passengers fit in a van. How many vans would be needed to take 81 third graders on a field trip? So I'm taking 81 divided by 12. And if I could count by 12s, 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84. 84 is too much, so I can take 72, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With 9 remainder. 6 remainder 9. Be careful, because the question says how many vans would you need to take all of the third graders on the field trip. If I only take 6 vans, I'm going to take 72 third graders, and there's going to be 9 kids left over. So I really need 7 vans. That's the important part on that one. Cheerleaders are sponsoring a dunking booth at the fun fair. The booth will be open for 4 hours. If the cheerleaders split the time evenly, how many minutes does each one need? Notice we're changing from hours to minutes. So the first thing I need to do is get my hours to minutes. Since there's 60 minutes in an hour, and we're doing 4 hours, that's 240 minutes. Now the problem's not so bad. 6 cheerleaders going for 240 minutes. We want to figure out how long each one goes. 4 6s in 24. Bring down my 0. 40 minutes. That seems reasonable. Especially if I go back and just think at the beginning of my problem, there were 6 cheerleaders in 4 hours. So that already means if every cheerleader went 1 hour, that would be 6 hours. So that each cheerleader, I know the answer is going to be less than an hour. 7 people are playing war with a deck of 52 cards. After they deal out the cards, how many cards will be left over? So this time the leftover cards is going to be the important part. 7s and 52 is 7. That's 49. When I subtract, there's 7 remainder 3. 3 cards left over. All right. The pizza from Joe's Pizzas are cut into 6 slices. All 72 fifth graders will get 2 slices of pizza for lunch on the field trip. How many pizzas do they need? 3 numbers in this problem should tell you right away there's going to be more than one step. So first thing I want to do is find out how many pieces or how many slices of pizza I need in all. So there's 72 fifth graders and everybody's getting 2. So I'm going to take 72 times 2. And I need 144 slices. Now I know they come in, they must be small pieces because pizzas, because they're only cut in 6 slices. So I'm going to take 144 divide it by 6. 6 goes into 14 2 times. That's 12. Bring down my 4 beside the 2. Oh, it goes 4. So we're going to need 24 pizzas. Got some division to do here. On the ones with all the zeros, here was the strategy I taught the kids. Box this up. How many times does 5 go into 4? It doesn't go into 4, so we're going to have to go into 40. 5 goes into 40 8 times. And then we start making sure we have the same number of zeros on the inside and outside. So 1, 2 on the inside, 1, 2 on the outside. 4 is going to go into 16 4 times. 1, 2, 3 on the inside, 1, 2, 3 on the outside. 5 doesn't go into 2, but it does go into 20 4 times. 1, 2 on the inside, 1, 2 on the outside. So I don't even have to add any zeros there. How many times does 9 go into 60? It doesn't go into 6. But it's going to 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54. 6 of them is going to be 54. 6, remainder 6. I know this one's hard to see. We got 528 divided by 3. Goes in 1 time. We've got 22. It goes 7 times. 21. Got a 1 when I subtract. Bring this 8 down. How many 3's in 18 is 6. No remainder. So my answer there is just going to be 176. Sevens in 8,765. It goes 1 time. Bring down my 7. 7 into 17 goes 2 times. That's 14. Now I have a 3. Bring down my 6. 7's in 36 is 5. 7 times 5 is 35. I have a 1. Bring down my 5. 7's in 15 is 2. That would be 14. And I have a remainder of 1. On this next one, I'm going to do box it up because the kids are going to have their choice of whichever strategy they want to use. So at home, you may not have seen this strategy yet. It's pretty much the same. I'm going to write this division problem, 700 divided by 11, this way. I make 3 boxes for my 3 digits. I write the number in the top right corner. My divisor still goes out front. How many 11's in 7? 0. I subtract. There's my 7. Instead of me bringing the 0 down, I'm going to bring the 7 up. So when we box up, we bring up. So now how many 11's in 70? 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66. When I subtract, I get a 4. Bring it up. 11's in 40 would be 3. And when I subtract, I'll have a remainder 7. So this is 63, remainder 7. Let's go this one with 12's. There are no 12's in 4. In 49, there's going to be 4, which gets me to 48. Bring down my 8. In 18, there's just going to be 1, which gets me to a 6. And in 60, there is exactly 5. Last one. Dividing by 25 is not bad. It's like counting by quarters. So there are no quarters in 6 cents. In 65, there would be 2, which is 50 cents. I got 15 and bring down my 4. In $1.54, 154 cents, there's going to be 6 of them, which is $1.50. Bring down my 3. In 43, there's just going to be 1. And I'm going to end up with a remainder of 18. 261, remainder 18. Estimate. The book has 213 pages according to the computer count. The book has 589,709 words in all. About how many pages on each, how many words on each page? My fault. Notice I got the word estimate and I got the word about. It's in all caps. It's bolded. It's underlined. Tells you there must be something important about that word. So I need to round these off first. 589,000. I want to round to the highest place always because I want as many zeros as I can. And that's going to go to 600,000. 213, go to the highest place, is going to go to 200. And now we have one of those problems like we did just a few minutes ago. 2 is going to go into 6 3 times. Need the same number of zeros inside and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each page has about 3,000 words on it. Must be little print. The 42 teachers donated a total of $1,912. About how much did each teacher donate? Same thing. Going to the highest place. Because if I just round it to 1,900, that's not going to be very pretty for rounding when I want to do the division. So I got $2,000. When I round off 42, that's going to go to 40. Number of 4s in 2, can't do that. 4s in 20 goes 5. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, so each teacher gave about 50 bucks. Down at the bottom, notice the formula right here. Students will have the formula on the test. Area of a parallelogram equals BH. B stands for base, which is the bottom of our trapezoid. H is height, which is how tall you are. Not leaning, how tall you are. So the area of this first one is going to be base times height, 11 times 5, gets me to 55. Perimeter, I'm going to add all the sides. So this side's also 11, this side's also 6. I don't need the 5 anymore because that's not one of the sides. So I got 22 plus 12 is 34. The next one, area, base is 14, height is 9. 14 times 9, I get 6, carry my 3, 126. This side's going to be 10, this side's going to be 14, and I don't need the 9 anymore. 14, 14 is 28, plus 20 is 48. Over here, my base is 21, my height is 10. 21 times 10, just put a 0 at the end. This number is going to be 21, and this side is going to be 11. 2 21s is 42. 2 11s is 22. 42 plus 22 gets me to a 64. And then we have a slightly different problem. I don't know what the base is, so I can't find the area yet. I do know what the perimeter is. It's 100. So I want to put my other sides in that I know. Since the bottom is B, the top also has to be B. The right side's 15, the left side has to be 15. So if I add my two 15s together, I'm now at 30. And the distance all the way around the parallelogram was 100. So 100 minus 30 is 70. But B can't be 70 because if this was 70, this would also be 70. And 70 plus 70 is way over 100. I need to take the 70 and split it in two. So you can think half of 70. You can do 70 divided by 2. Whichever works for you. I'm going to do 70 divided by 2. It goes 3 times. And then 5 times into the 10. And there's my answer, 35. So B equals 35. And now that I know B equals 35, I can find the area by doing base times height. So I'm going to have 12 times 35. I'm going to wipe everything out here. So I've got room. This was 35. So I got 12 times 35. 2 times 5 is 10. Carry my 1. 6, 7. Marco. Polo. 1 times 5 and 1 times 3. 420 from area. And that's the answers to the study guide.